Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, fire causes $15,000 in damage to Manchester apartment building. A person was displaced after a fire at Manchester apartment building Saturday afternoon caused $15,000 in damage. The fire, which was reported about 1:30 p.m., was contained to one apartment in the 60-unit building at 452 Pine Street, but smoke spread to other parts, the Manchester Fire Department said. All of the other residents were allowed to return after 2 hours. No injuries were reported. The response was hampered by several residents who didn't evacuate even after a fire alarm went off, officials said. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Officials look to ID man found dead in Piscataqua River. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If we want our state to be in good hands, we need to develop a generation of young people who can lead our state and grow our economy. If we expect strong results, we have to invest early.
New this morning, police in Portsmouth are investigating after a body was recovered in the Piscataqua River behind Surf Restaurant. Around 6 p.m. last night, police responded to multiple calls of a body floating in the water. The victim, described as a white male wearing a gray T-shirt and blue jeans. He's yet to be identified. Authorities say the man is between the ages of 50 and 60 years old, has gray hair, a gray beard, and is approximately 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing around 150 pounds. He also had tattoos of a bear on his left shoulder, a deer head on his right shoulder, and a rose on his back. If anyone knows someone matching this description, you are asked to give police a call.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Tropical storm Herberto strengthens overnight off Bahama coast. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News. Good morning, America.
First, though, we want to start with a developing story. Tropical storm Umberto strengthening overnight and nearing Bahamas right now.
This is the last thing that people there need right now. The island still reeling from Hurricane Dorian and now bracing for strong wind gusts and heavy rain.
So let's go right over to Rob, who's tracking the impact on the Bahamas. He's also looking at what this storm could bring to the U.S. Rob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. You have aid workers, you have recovery efforts, you have people that are just struggling with shelter over the Bahamas, and this is dangerously close to where all that is going down. The National Hurricane Center baptizing Tropical Depression number 9 to become Umberto with 40-mile-an-hour winds. Right now, centered about 70 miles east of Great Abaco Island, though. The fact that it's east, though, that is the good news. You can see a lot of the action on this is on the eastern fringe of this, which means that's where most of the heavy weather will be. And these are computer models which have been in disarray in a number of storms before this. Fairly good agreement with where this thing is going, which is not towards the U.S. Should scoot out to sea as a cold front kind of picks its way up. Show you some of the impacts. Yeah, we could see 30, 40 mile-per-hour winds across the Bahamas during the day today, and some heavy rain showers as well. And some of this will get over towards Florida and maybe in the Carolinas, but generally speaking, low impacts. The tropical storm watches have been dropped for Florida, but could see a couple of inches of rain out of this.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that did it for this evening. edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and bye.